What's up? We're here again. And here we are again with Genshin's VA drama. But this one might be a little bit more serious. Well, not really, but just a little bit. Because this is just not on the level of calling people idiots for no reason anymore. Anyway, congrats to the winner of the previous giveaway, and I'll do another random giveaway in this video. Just comment and give this video a like, and please do subscribe to support this channel. So let's move on. I believe you already know the situation about what happened with Kaching's ENVA. After all the positive and negative things that happening in Twitter, she deleted her account. But the recent tweet she posted, yeah, you judge it yourself. But to be very honest, I'm kinda disappointed. I was one of Kaching's stan back then. I really like her voice as Kaching, which some of you already noticed why this channel was using Kaching's picture back then. Speaking for myself and myself only, I kinda sad seeing this one as she talked about Jacob's situation, which is the new VA for Kinich. And yes, the CN also noticed this. As for today, the status of this post on Reddit is awaiting for moderator approval. But let's see a little bit what they have to say. Doxing? Isn't this illegal? Can Kinich new VA sue them? The amount of crazy VAs at the EN community, dang. Good thing I don't use EN. As Kaching stan, I'll be so sad. Yes, so do I. That's what I'm saying. Damn, did the VA catch a bullet for Dawe or something? How are they like this? It's probably just troublesome to recast. There's gonna be too much work. Kinich was able to get recast because he is recent. It's not that easy. EN strikes don't follow protocol. It will be hard for the company unless we find a new one and recast everything. Well, there's many more of that, but let's not focusing on that for today, but instead we'll be focusing on this tweet. She said no union actor should work on a non-union project, which makes this situation even worse for their stand. And for the context why this is backfired their earlier protests, let's see Paimon's VA statement on her TikTok.
But bottom line is that both non-union actors and union actors in a video game want it to go union and have wanted it to go union for a long time.
She said all union and non-union VA want the game to be union because it offers better pay and other benefits. But if it's even true, because back on 2020 interview, this VA said this.
So when you did get to LA, how did you get into SAG?
I was forced into it. My first like on camera thing was Aquila and the Bee, where I had a few lines, and then actually like at that time I was flying back and forth from Seattle to LA, and then I actually booked a movie in Seattle, and while I was on set for that movie was when I was what's called a must join, because it's when you work within SAG at some point, like the first job you have in SAG, you're SAG eligible at that point. And I didn't join right away because it's really expensive. And then I booked that movie. And then because I worked a certain amount of hours, you have to work a certain amount of hours in SAG. And then you become what's called a must join. And you have to join to be able to work on SAG, like SAG projects again. And I was in the middle of the movie, so I had to join to keep working on that movie.
Karina was pushed to join because they need to be part of SAG to continue to work within the project at that time, which for a moment made me think maybe they need union pay rate to afford all the medical bills and all the things they talked about before. But from a lot of sources, and one of them is this Reddit comment, it said company had been paying in union rates despite being non-union. Then what is this drama all about? Is it about money? Is it about solidarity? Or is it just about keeping their gold mine for themselves? Well, I don't want to speculate, but this info, some sources just make it difficult for us to not speculate things even further. If you check Risley's ENVA latest YouTube video, he explained a lot of things regarding SAG and Genshin's situation. Great video, by the way, neutral point of view. You should check it too. But the thing I wanted to quote and summarize from his video, we somehow get a hint that Genshin's project paid their actor a good chunk of money. But the downside is, some of the VAs cannot get the healthcare plan from SAG. Why? Because Genshin is a non-union project. From some articles on the internet, said to be eligible for this healthcare, actors need to earn about 26 to 30k in a year. And Risley's VA said from Genshin's alone, actor would have been qualified for this if Genshin have signed the contract like last year. But seems like the income must came from a union project, which again, Genshins are not. Then why bother working on a non-union if they knew this from the first place? Well, exactly as I said above. Another thing to point here, on February, if I'm not mistaken, Zach, Ether's ENVA, said this on the live stream.
So I'm like, yeah, of course I'd love to work on it. And then, 10 minutes later, I have my agent calling me up because it all goes through my agency. And my agent's like, hey, you can't work on this game because they haven't signed the agreement. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that, any game that has not signed the interim agreement from SAG-AFTRA, you are not allowed to work on it.
Union actors cannot or should not work on a non-union. And as why they still did, it's not our position to judge. But if you check SAG Myth 10, it said, when you land that job and get union contract, you turn that non-union into union. For what reason? God knows why. And with the recent AI issue, this might be a whole new opportunity to roll the dice. But somehow it backfires some of these VAs, seeing how Hoyo didn't actually reacting to this SAG thingy. Even more with the recasting of Kinnich's new VA might be put them on the edge, as they might lose their role in game. Because there's a bigger possibility Hoyo will change their voice actor instead of signing the contract due to the complicated rules in China. But from a normal human, as a person, I understand their point of view of not wanting to lose their stable income, but the way they do it, what pisses people off. I'm not taking sides here, but the bullying that happened to Jacob doesn't give him justice either. I'm no voice actor, of course, but taking references from Final Fantasy voice actor casting, as I'm one of their fans, Ben and Matt said they didn't know that they will get the main role in this project, as they were asked to read few lines for NPCs, all smaller roles, which could also happen to Jacob. The staff might ask him to read few lines without any context, which also a way to prevent a leak. Then everything is up to the higher ups. He might not intentionally auditioning for Kinnich, maybe auditioning for NPC, I don't know. But the stuff inside the game is opening a secret casting because of the absence of Kinnich's voices for a few patches. But again, what do I know? This is just some pieces that I found on the internet and decided to share to you guys. But what do you think? Let us know in the comment section. Give this video a like if you like it, and do subscribe to claim your reward if you get selected. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.